Hello, hello, hello. We are, we're back. So come on in. Hey, Janet, good to see you. And it's the amazing Ann Allen Westbrook. She's on with us. Good to see you, and thank you for all your hard work. Felicia, hello. Lynn is on with us. Good evening, Lynn. Glad to see you. Thank you for joining us. Wait a minute. All right, now y'all are coming in. Anita, hey Anita. Katie's on with us. Angel, hello. Jasmine Polly, how you doing? Good to see you all the way from Florida, but yet you are still with us. Glad to have that. Molly Lieberman, happy Friday to you. Hey, Miss Loretta, happy Friday to you too. Bonnie, Jean, Teresa is on with us, and happy Easter to you. Crystal Creations, good evening to you. Hello. Akila, good evening to you as well. And of course, the Honorable Judge, Superior Court Judge-elect, Tammy Cox Stokes. Good to see you as well. Congratulations again. And yes, a busy week that it has been. Good to see, the Honorable Veronica Brinson, who is running for a judge seat in Macon, Georgia. If you're in Macon, in the Macon area, she has been out there, boots on the ground, a phenomenal attorney for many, many years. So if you're in Macon or you know people that live in Macon, Bibb County, Veronica Brinson is where it's at. She certainly paid her debt and her dues. And so I would love to see her in that seat. Beverly Edie Dempsey, good to see you as well. Judge Stokes is okay, we understand. Jacqueline, hello, good to see you. Let's see. Harry Thompson, good to see you as well. Hey, Miss Catherine Grant, thanks for joining us. The Honorable Jeff Booker from Seabright, New Jersey, had an opportunity to spend some time with him this week. It was great seeing you, sir. Well, 2 weeks ago. Good to see Dr. Ike Wilson. Good to see you, sir, as well. And also to Sister Lawana Tillman. Good to see you. And I know y'all are in the park. Hopefully you know why I'm not there, or I would be there, but I got this thing I do every Friday as well. Oh, statewide. Okay, Veronica, statewide. So yeah, so let's do that statewide. Hey, Coach Cassell Bell from Jacksonville, Florida is on with us. Always good to have her on with us as well. Happy Good Friday to you. E. Joyce Parrish is on as well. Gloria Wells, thank you for joining us. Regina Young, I've started to use some of that face stuff. Thank you so much as well. Rhea, thank you for joining us. Barbara Pinckney, thank you. Good evening to you as well. Gloria Smith is on with us. Valeria, good to see you. And I am so glad that you are on with us. And thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. Snowy is on with us. Helen Bright is on. Linda Kelly says hello to everybody, and everybody says hello, Linda Kelly. Antoinette Swindell is on. Joyce Williams is on. Annette Nottingham is on with us as well. And it's good to see Bunny Ware. Bunny, I don't know anything about that. I'll be in Savannah, but if you send me something, I'll definitely try to make it. And Ned Tucker, good to see you as well. Stephanie is on with us. Rhea is on. Sharon is on. Our friend Midway, always good to see you as well. Let's see who else. As you all come into the room, we are glad to have you. We have a really good conversation for our family tonight. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But we got to sense the temperature in the room, and that's what we do every Friday night. And I want to thank all of you for coming out and joining us as well. Linda has jumped on it, and Jacqueline is on it already. We appreciate that. And then, hey, I saw Helen Bright today, and I was very happy to see Helen Bright on as well. We appreciated you. And Ike says he wants to run for public office. Be careful what you pray for, brother. Be careful about what you pray for. Ivory, good to see you as well. Judy Nixon is on with us. Always glad to have you, ma'am. And then, of course, Harry and Casella showing love. And Joyce says she enjoyed me at the game. Well, I enjoyed your daughter as well. And so give her love as well. Thank you very much. And let's see, Des Duval has finally found himself. We've been looking for you. Glad to see you. We appreciate that. And all of you, it has just been, it's absolutely been a phenomenal, beautiful day here in Savannah, and a phenomenally beautiful night. Good to see Richard Dinkins on with us as well. It's just a beautiful weather day, and then now it's starting to get a little cool. Good to see Brenda Curtis. Appreciate you and all that you always do for everybody as well. Ms. Barbara Dolores, good to see you as well. And Jacqueline says they are not picking up tree branches on Summerside. All right, I need you to call 311, Jacqueline. I need you to call 311 and report it. And then when you report it, get a tracking number, 311, okay? Teresa, good to see you as well. Beverly says it's a beautiful, good to see John Hawkins. I hope you're doing well, sir. Barbara Kaufman is on, good to see you. Camila, good evening to you. Sandra Smith is on as well. Jacqueline Graves says happy Good Friday to everybody. And Glenda Jones says the good service at Forsyth Park, Connor's Temple, and there was a bunch of churches out there, a lot of great people. And sorry I couldn't be there with you. I had to be, you know, what I do on Fridays, and so I have a standing, engagement. And we great. Okay. All right. We'll get with Vera. We'll catch up with Vera. We do our hellos, so it'll be a couple of minutes. But thank you, Safety Net, as well. Yeah, I heard it's getting a little cool, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. So I have some guests coming up that I definitely want to get in into our conversation tonight. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Carlitha is on with us. My beautiful niece, Cheyenne, is on with us. Hey, Shabuki, good to see you as well. Felicia Chapman is on. Always happy to see her face in the place as well. It is it's a beautiful day. Good to see Dr. Tony Jordan on with us. Thank you for joining us. Helen Bright is on as well. Michelle is on and she wants to listen. Thank you, Jackie. Hello. Joya Dinkins is on as well. Amber, thank you for joining us. Good evening. I hope that you're doing good. And I think Amber is in South Carolina, so we're glad to have you from South Carolina. So, hey, Tamara is on with us. Edwana is on with us as well. Glad to have you all. Again, a lot of things going on tonight. Ed Beatty Jr. has set the protocol. This is a love zone. We don't have no hate in this space. So if you come here with that foolishness, go ahead and just don't even come in, because we don't have that. Chantel is on. We're saying hello to her as well. And as you know, Rachel is on with us. Happy Easter to you. If it's Friday in Savannah, Georgia, and you're doing the best to keep the faith and follow the science, good to see you, Maia. Then you have been here, you are here with me. It is Friday night. Dr. Bonzo Reddick is on with us. Treen is on with us. Good to see you, Dr. Reddick, and thank you for all that you've done to keep this community safe as well. And I want to talk about Pete Lakakis in a minute. It is Friday night. It is Friday Night Live. And here we are. This is week number what? Week number 108. 108. Caroline, good to see you as well. Michelle, hello. Margie, hello. The Honorable Griffin Lotson, hello. Crystal Kaufman, hello. Week number 108. We've been doing this every single week for 108 weeks. And Adrian Martin from Jacksonville has joined us, which is amazing because she's always so busy. Good to see Farah Beatty on as well. Bernice, all the way from Washington State. Thank you for joining us. Week number 108. What's wrong with you people? Every single week for 108 weeks, 757 days, you have shown up. 757 days. We got together on Friday nights, no matter what was going up. Times are up, times are down. It was cold outside, it was hot outside, but yet we were together. We lifted each other up, we held each other up, we held each other down, and we represented. 108 weeks. Good to see Liberty City's best and Liberty County's best. Sarah Stevens on with us 108 weeks every single week. If I was in an airport, it didn't make a difference. I was going to get to you because we have business to talk about. For 108 weeks, we could not do it unless we all did it together. Pandemic, no pandemic, we are stuck like Chuck. We are in an entanglement. We are in a relationship. We're in a situationship. We're in a boo thing. We are together. Good to see you, Ivana, as well. And I was so happy today. I met Cheryl today at Mrs. Wilkes. I was minding my own business and I was eating more food than I should be eating. And yet here was Cheryl, and Cheryl had ate a lot too. So I didn't feel so bad. But thank you all so much. And hey, good to see Cliff Curry on. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Always a pleasure to see you. Debbie Williams Walker has shown up finally. So we thank you so much. And Yolanda, we'll be with you in just one moment as well. And we appreciate that. Good to see Aunt Ali on with us as well. Thank you so much. Sunshine Tammy is on. Thank you. Thank you so much. A couple of things we want you to do before we get to our guests. Couple of things. First thing we want you to do is like our page. Like our page. We are trying to get 40,000. We're at 35. I want 40,000. We're trying to get there. Carolyn, if Savannah is here, I want to see her before she leaves. So make that happen, okay? Good to see Beverly Dempsey on with us as well. Philip King is on with us. So like the page. Like the page. Then the second thing you want to do is share the page. Share it. Share this video because tonight, we're going to be talking about some real stuff. So I want to talk about that. Good to see Lydia Stevens on with us. And then as we do every single Friday night, we show love and we show support to our girl, Tara. So we are hashtag Tara Strong, 3 green hearts, and then that red heart as well. Ruth, good to see you as well. Francis, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And again, before we get into what we're getting into, we are saddened about the loss, the passing of Chairman Pete Lakakis. Good to see you, Jacqueline. Good to see you, Greg. Everybody knew Pete Lakakis. Pete Lakakis was everywhere. Hey, Tia, good to see you as well. I've seen Pete Lakakis shouting in church. I've seen Pete Lakakis everywhere. He knew everybody and was such a big and integral part of our community. It was an honor to know him and work beside him. Pete never aged to me. So, 90 years old, and Pete Lakakis has left us for another important meeting up there. And so we're not mad about that. And we just salute him for the life he lived. Doris Kinnears, good to see you. Hey, good to see you. Jacob Horn, thank you as well. So we send some love that Ruth, Pete passed yesterday. He passed yesterday. So it wasn't today, but it was yesterday. So anyway, so we wanted you to go ahead and do that. But anyway, let's get to what we're going to talk about, and then we'll take questions afterwards. We are very, very happy. We've been talking a lot. Well, before I even get to that, let me just, we want to wish our Jewish friends a very happy Passover. Passover is now in effect. It celebrates the Israelites' liberation from slavery in Egypt. And so it takes place every single year in March or April generally. So happy Passover to all of our Jewish friends. We also want to say happy Good Friday, which is the Friday before Easter Sunday. Is the day that commemorates the crucifixion of Jesus Christ in the Christian church. And so it's a day of fasting and a day of reflection and a day of penance. So to our Christian friends out there as well, Good Friday because Romans says that all things work together for good, even bad things. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's get to our guest for this evening. Again, very excited to have them with us. And I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to do this, but we're going to do it. I will make sure they get on and make sure they can hear us. Good evening, good evening, good evening. There we go. Can you hear me? Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening. Hello, Mayor Van Johnson. Thank you so much.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening, good evening.
Good evening. Hello.
All right, give me 1 minute. Let me fix this.
Okay, I fixed it on my end as well. I had
okay.
Open. Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. And this is something we've been trying to get done for quite some time. And so we're so glad to have with us Vera Salzberg, and it's pronounced Yelena, like Yelena?
Yana, you're muted.
You're muted.
If you just look on the
pronounced Yelena, like Yelena?
Uliana.
Yolanda,
you're muted.
Yay, I made it.
All right, I got it. Okay, I need both of you to turn down your
Uliana, if you have your both computer and the phone, so just keep one on.
Okay.
I need both of you to turn down your see, I'm hearing it.
I'm
You
sorry.
have your both computer and the phone, so just keep
One
one
second.
on.
It's all right.
She's new to Zoom, so that's okay.
It's fine. We will get it worked out. But,
if you have your phone and your computer, you just need to use one.
Right.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
We are so it's pronounced Yolanda?
Uliana.
Uyana.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So please forgive me in advance. I don't, names are very important, so I want to make sure I call you the right name. But we're so glad to have you all with us. And you all are Savannahans that happen to be Ukrainians. And you all have been very active, very busy. We wanted to take this opportunity to learn about, we hear about all over about Ukraine and what this has all meant and what this has all been about. And we wanted the opportunity to hear from you, not only about your connection to Ukraine, what's happening in Ukraine, and that we don't necessarily see in the news, and then more importantly, how we can help. It's one thing to wave Ukrainian flags. It's something different to happen. Now I do know Ukraine is the second largest country, I believe, in Europe next to Russia. So it's a pretty large country, and I've been so inspired by President Zelensky, and just, he is a bad dude.
Yes. Oh yes.
So I want you all to talk. We can start with Vera, and then just tell us what you want us to know. You're a part of our date night family, so you family.
Yes, thank you so much, Mayor Van Johnson, for having us. And we're here as Savannahans and as Ukrainians, and the reason we wanted to have this conversation with you and take this time with you, because a lot of people are affected by the news, not just by the Ukrainians are affected, of course, by the horrible war in Ukraine, but so many people here in Savannah, my colleagues, my friends, they reach out, they ask how they can help. It affects our well-being, our nervous system. We see the world fall apart. We live in fear. A lot of people do. So we're here to hopefully bring a message of hope, maybe provide people with some opportunities if anyone is moved to support Ukraine, maybe provide some outlets to do that. And also we are here to, again, hopefully to talk about ways how we can cultivate peace. And I like to say this, how we can cultivate peace for ourselves internally, and out of that, how we can cultivate peace here in our community. So hopefully we'll cover all of that. And again, I'm Vera Salzburn. I work as a program director for safety and resiliency programs at Chatham County Safety Net Planning Council. And joining me is my Ukrainian friend, Uliana Gonzalez, who is amazing. She is a mom of a beautiful little girl. And she also, I just learned, I was so impressed. She is an architect, and she actually worked at Gulfstream prior to becoming a mom, but Uliana can talk about that more. So as for me, I live here, I work here in Savannah. Savannah is my home, you know, and so is Ukraine. My family still lives in Ukraine. My parents live in the Western Ukraine, and unfortunately, they have seen explosions and they have seen rockets flying over their heads in their hometown. And actually, the town that I'm from is very similar by size to Savannah, and in some ways, even maybe not too much by infrastructure and just the way the life goes on there. So it would be very difficult and surreal to imagine something like that happening here. And really what I've been fortunate to get involved in, part of my job here in Savannah is to provide suicide prevention training to our community members. Also, I am a trainer in this specific model is called community resiliency model. So we teach people affected by trauma, psychological trauma, to help learn skills of resiliency. And the Trauma Resource Institute out of California, they reached out to me because I just happen to be the only Ukrainian speaking person who is a trainer in that model. And actually daily, we have been providing daily emotional support groups for Ukrainians in Ukraine through Zoom, and with amazing group of trauma therapists from all over the United States and actually the world. So that was, at least for me, a way to provide some sort of support and feel like I've been doing something in Ukraine and for Ukraine. And I will just say this, even sometimes we feel we can't do anything. Maybe we're like, what can I do? And again, you can, first of all, maintain your own peace and well-being. Because if we're not peaceful on the inside, we can't think clearly. We can't make good decisions. We become very reactive. And when you maybe cultivated inner peace and resiliency for yourself, you already contribute to world peace by doing so. And then if anyone has any resources or any, I've seen people do little things, you know, even Uliana, I'm gonna steal one of the things about you. When Uliana and I met, she came with this beautiful little sunflower hair pieces. And she said, the woman from Savannah just came and made this. And she said, I don't know what I can do, how I can help Ukraine, but I'll just make this hair pieces for you and your daughter. So things like that, you know, things that can make other people smile and feel warm on the inside. That's what I just wanted to say a little bit about that. So Uliana, if you wanna, or
Vera, let me ask you, are your parents okay? Are they safe? Are they, you know?
So, okay, safety, safety is luxury these days.
Right.
Safer, they are safer than most people who live in the east. And I will tell you the story. Some of you maybe have heard it. So my grandmother, she is going to be 80 this Sunday, and she lives in, and she lives in a five-story building on the fifth floor without elevator. So when the sirens go off, and they go off quite often, she can't really go downstairs, quickly. So she just sits there in her apartment. And one day the sirens were just going off, and my mom was worried about my grandmother. So my mom calls my grandmother, and she's, "Mom, you need to get ready. You need to go downstairs." And my grandma is like, "Don't bother me. I'm drinking coffee." And then she's like, "Just give me the gun already. I'm just gonna go fight."
Oh, no.
So it just shows you the spirit. And I'm talking about these things with a smile, not because it's funny or anything like that, but because I think it's so important to support people's spirits.
Right.
And the resiliency that you're seeing in the President Zelensky, and the resiliency that I see in my own family or my parents, it was their choice not to leave Ukraine. They decided to stay. And my mom said, "I'm going to stay because I know I belong here, and I want to support people the way I can." And so did my dad. And they had a chance to leave and come here to, because I was going to just get them tickets, and they didn't want to.
Right.
So that's Ukrainians for you, Ukrainians 101.
Right. Well, I mean, but it's also that the first rule of dealing with bullies is to stand up to them. And what I've been so amazed at is that the Ukrainian people, although they were outmatched, but they have had a spirit of fight. I mean, they're saying now that they've sunk a Russian ship, a warship has sunk. I mean, and it's just like, hey, we're going to protect our home, and that's so amazing and really just heartwarming to see people have that type of love for home, that we're not going to let anybody drive us out of our home.
Absolutely. And Mayor Van Johnson, kind of what I do. I also teach compassion and self-compassion. That's my thing. And when I talk about self-compassion, standing up to the bullies and saying no to harm. And we see domestically, and when I see people protesting domestically for injustice or racism or all sorts of things, that is self-compassion. We're saying no to the ones who are harming us. So Ukrainians are doing the same thing, and they are compassion is a verb, and that's what they're doing. And I'm just amazed myself with the efforts that are being offered. And also on that note, it wouldn't be possible for Ukrainians to do all of this without the help that they've received from the United States, from the support of President Biden, from the support of European countries, and all of the supplies, because truly Ukrainians, they're like that wall between Russia right now and Europe, and we don't know. We don't know what President Putin is having in his mind, and it's probably something that's not very pretty, to say the least. So we got to give they're gatekeepers. Ukrainians are really gatekeepers. So they need to have the equipment and the supplies and the support, all they can, so they can really help the rest of the world experience peace right now as much as possible.
Well, Ms. Gonzalez, welcome. And again, I've seen you everywhere as well. Hey, jump right on in.
Thank you so much, Mayor Van Johnson, for the possibility to be here. It's really a privilege. I'm sorry for my technical difficulties. I was just stressed and worried. I wanted to be with you tonight. Thank you, Vera, for introducing me so enthusiastically. So my name is Uliana Gonzalez. I moved to Savannah in 2016, more than 6 years ago. I'm Ukrainian and now American, have family here.
And you're Savannah.
Yes, Savannah.
That's right.
And I'm very proud to call myself Savannah. I came here as an architect. I was an intern at the Historic Savannah Foundation. I was learning about great approaches to historic preservation in Savannah. I was amazed how good historic preservation is working here and wanted to bring this experience to Europe. Then I worked, I was volunteered a lot with Historic Savannah Foundation and was nominated as a Volunteer of the Year. Later, I worked for Gulfstream Aerospace Corporation as a designer. And then I dedicated myself to my family. I had my baby girl, And you know, 2 years fast forward, I woke up one morning and I grabbed my phone and I start even shaking remembering this. I saw 40 messages from my friends all over the world asking how I'm doing, and I realized something bad happened. And next thing, I opened message from my parents, and they're saying that we can our airport is bombed in our city. We can clearly hear shootings right now. I don't know what will be next, but pray for us. And then my world just stopped. I knew I have to do something here. I cannot just watch it online. How, you know, my family is devastated and cities are bombed. So yes, I created a Facebook group called Savannah Supports Ukraine, and it's flourished, and we got so much support. We gather people that live in Savannah or in Savannah area and do what we can here locally together as a community to help Ukrainians over there. My sister is working with the refugees in Amsterdam, in Netherlands. I have family in Russia too that we're trying to help, but you know, it's dangerous there. If you say anything against the war, that you are facing 15 years of prison. I have a family in Mariupol in the eastern Ukraine, and we couldn't contact them for the past months because there is no water, electricity, gas, and people are lost, they're missing. My family lives in the central Ukraine, and we try to call them every day and see how things are going, and we hope it's not the last time. So here I represent our group, and I would be happy to share what we can do here locally to help Ukraine.
So, I know about you all. Do we know about how many Ukrainians or people of Ukrainian descent are in Savannah?
I can tell approximately that how many people joined the group, and it's about 50 families.
Okay. Well, see, I tried to join the group, and y'all ain't let me. It's because I'm not Ukrainian. What's up with that?
I have to let you know. I'm worried about pressing anything on the computer right now. I don't want to mess up the video, but as soon as I can, I will let you in.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for trying.
I remember, and I mean, just to put this into context, I remember September 11th, and I remember New York being under attack, and I remembered how I felt terrified because of my family up there and not knowing what was going on and not being able to get a phone call through. And I guess for both of you, I mean, to see this happening and then to know that you have family there and not being able to get to them must have been really a heart-wrenching thing.
It is, and it gives us strength to move and to act here locally. I sleep 4 hours per night for the past 3 weeks because I have to organize things here. I have to check on friends in Ukraine, and you know, every single little step of help that we do here locally in Savannah, I led them there on the front lines of my friends that serve in the army, that protect the capital. I let them know about the situation, that people support them, that we are sending humanitarian aid to them tomorrow, that we are talking with the mayor and he supports us, and they're so grateful. They always send us back hugs and saying, thank you for doing this. It gives us strength. Do not give up.
Right. Well, we do support you, and I absolutely do. As a matter of fact, you know, for the last 2 years, City Hall has been in the red because of the pandemic. And then the week of St. Patrick's, we went white. And then the week after that, we're now in blue and gold in the honor of Ukraine. Understanding that it's symbolic, but you see, and I've seen, you know, folks in Savannah really stepping up to show love. But then I guess some of us feel very powerless because, you know, we can't get a gun to go over and fight, but you can certainly tell us ways that we can help, right? How can we help?
Yes. But we are the second front here. We are not fighting with guns. We are fighting with information. We are fighting with supportive people who are supporting people at the front. So what we do here, we first of all, of course, we pray. We pray in the church, and pray really makes difference and creates miracles.
Amen.
we create events where we educate people on how to help Ukraine. We have an outreach program in Forsyth Park. We do gatherings, we do rallies together. We provide assistance to refugees that come here. We have a first lady, she's pregnant and she's Ukrainian, and she arrived to Savannah 3 weeks ago, and she was looking for shelter, for medical help. And it's Savannah Supports Ukraine group was her only one thing that she found, and was grateful to be there and be helped. I'm happy to announce just today, we partnered with the Collins Quarter restaurant, and we are planning on creating a big fundraising event. It will be a dinner night with Ukrainian dishes, and all the proceeds will go to help Ukraine. And the way we want to do this, we will pay for shipping to ship humanitarian aid from the port of Savannah straight to Ukraine. Right. And that way, everyone in community can pitch in and bring a box and know it's going to the right hands, and we'll report and show how it will land there and how it will be distributed. And this is what we do. Tomorrow, we are sending our second shipment of humanitarian aid. We'll be packing, loading. It will be medicine, hygiene supplies, non-perishable food, diapers, baby formula, everything what Ukrainians are asking for is a priority list.
What types of things, I mean, are needed the most?
Of course, medicine. Medicine, over-the-counter medicine. It's acetaminophen, Tylenol, ibuprofen, simple things like bandages, neosporin. They're running low on those supplies in every single hospital that we talk to. The second thing will be hygiene supplies, soaps, towels, toothbrushes, then baby formula and diapers. We even collect clothing because of many cities in Ukraine right now on the edge of humanitarian crisis. We are shipping it by the sea, so it will take 5 to 6 weeks to get there. And by that time, we'll really hope that more humanitarian corridors will be created so that helpers can get into those who need it the most. Because we have some American helpers, volunteers that contacted us 2 weeks ago that they're trying to get into Mariupol on the eastern Ukraine and to bring help, humanitarian aid. And Russian bloc post did not let them in. And they told me that, what we have seen there in the suburbia of the city and on the bloc post does not let us sleep at night. We need sleeping pills. And wow. I don't want to know what they've seen because I know enough by now. I don't want to make it worse, but it's really hard. And people that are in those occupied areas, they have no connection to the world. They cannot escape. The only one way to escape is to Russia. And it's only one place in the city. So the people that we talk to are saying that some people cannot even walk that far, if older people, to reach to that place. So they're stuck. And 90% of buildings are destroyed. They're living on the streets, under the ground. It's crazy that it's happening in 21st century. So we're doing here our little thing into getting some help to them and hoping that in 5-6 weeks, it will be more possibilities to give to those people that are in the occupied territories right now.
And I wanted to add a little bit also, just from the work that I've been doing for the past month, providing those daily psychological support sessions. It's been really heartbreaking. Some of the questions that we have, parents joining the groups, parents of kids with disabilities, not only the kids already had difficulties in their lives, and now it's an added difficulty of a war, or a child who may be affected by autism, and now their structured day is gone, and now they're in bunkers. They have kids who are affected by trauma so much because they spend weeks and weeks in an underground shelter that they stopped being able to use a bathroom. Today we had a session for pregnant women, and some pregnant women are now considering possibly not having babies because they're afraid if they even are able to deliver those babies, or if they're even able to provide for those babies for the future, and they need the confidence and emotional support and anything they can get. So I think it is important what Uliana, you said, prayer, and also just showing up, showing the support that we are going to be there for you. Even if we're here, we're going to be there for you, Ukrainian people. It gives people hope and confidence. Flying flags here in Savannah. I just went for another bike ride, and there's so many homes there for flying Ukrainian flags, and just taking pictures of those flags and posting them on Instagram, social media. It's showing people that they receive support. I have a friend who just had a baby, and they immigrated to Miami, and somebody in Miami gave them an apartment to just be there for free. And he was like, no, it's okay, I'll pay you. And the people were like, no, just take it. The woman that Uliana mentioned, pregnant woman who moved here to Savannah, she received free medical OBGYN support from actually the colleague of mine, Georgiana Wiley, who has her own practice, Rebirth Holistic Women's Health. And Georgiana, she is the OBGYN provider. And as soon as we talked to her and said, we have this need, she's like, bring her here, no cost. So people like that in Savannah are responding. People like that around the world are responding. And Ukrainians are supported and feel supported. So thank you for everything everyone is doing. Thank you.
Well, what I would love to do, and again, I've asked, we want a Ukrainian flag to hang inside of City Hall, and if y'all bring a big old box, we'll be a drop-off location for City Hall for those who want to drop off things. Again, you can go to the dollar store and pick up some stuff and just drop it off at City Hall, and we'll let you know when that's done. So that, again, everybody knows what City Hall is. And so it's an opportunity, and maybe we'll create some other city locations, public locations where people can come in and they can drop off some donations. We want to be able to get those supplies where they need to be. And as you just said, it takes, several weeks to get there. So, the fact is that, you have to kind of keep the donations coming. Because by the time they get there, by the time the next one gets there, the first ones are already used. And you know how we run through stuff. And then I thank you for also talking about, prayer works. Again, I think it's the prayers of people that have really buoyed the Ukrainian people. Again, the amount of fight, you would think that this was David and Goliath. You would think that this fight should have been easy. And Putin and Russia have found out that Ukraine is not an easy win. It's not. And as a matter of fact, I've heard that that even some of the generals in the field have not been telling President Putin how bad they're losing, because they just sorely underestimated the resolve of the Ukrainian people. We're taking any questions from anybody on here while we have these two wonderful young ladies on here. Salvador is on here, and he's saying Cargo Loop is on Tremont Road. You could drop off donations there as well. And so we would love, if you want to drop off things tomorrow at 11:30, you could drop off donations at Cargo Loop, 2817 Tremont Road, over here on the west side of Savannah. So if there are any questions or anything from them, we certainly would love to have them. And Rachel asked about donations. So again, you can do Cargo Loop, and then we'll let you know when we have the City Hall one or a couple of city locations set up across the city so that we can help as well. And anybody else have any questions? I'm glad to see y'all loved Bon Jovi. So I've seen people talking about Bon Jovi. Glad you enjoyed it.
The concert Bon Jovi that came to Mark Arena, we just were talking about how we are impressed that the arena is having these big stars. So,
well, I mean, we're very proud of it because, for us, it was really about Savannah growing up and having its own independence, that Savannahans shouldn't have to go across the country to go enjoy things. I mean, you think about it, we've had Earth, Wind, and Fire. We've had the Eagles here. We've had New Edition, Charlie Wilson. We've had Bon Jovi. Next week, we have Jimmy Buffett. I mean, so, hey, people are beginning to know. We're soon to have Cirque du Soleil coming here. They're practicing here. There is a question. Coach Bell wants to know, is there a Cash App or somewhere that they can send a donation? And before you answer that, I want to make sure everybody knows, y'all be very careful.
Yes.
Because, there are people who will use what's going on and really scam people. Now, I'm glad that Coach asked that question because, you know, now these two ladies, we trust them. We know they're solid. They are Ukrainians for real. And so we appreciate them. So we'll, you know, whoever they tell us to go to, that's who we'll go to. But don't go to other people talking about, you know, they're doing things for Ukraine. They don't even know how, they don't know how to spell Ukraine. So let's just be real careful about that. So is there a Cash App or something to a reputable organization?
So I would like to mention that Savannah Supports Ukraine. At this time, we are not a nonprofit. We are not affiliated with any nonprofit or profit organization. We don't accept financial help. We only collect humanitarian aid goods at this time. But when someone asks us if they would like to donate money and they need an advice where to go, we advise only trusted, big, reputable organizations that are approved by United States and the Ukrainian government. The example of those might be American Red Cross or Catholic Relief Services or Doctors Without Borders. Or there is a big Ukrainian/American nonprofit that works since the beginning of Russian-Ukrainian war of 2014, United Help Ukraine. So we have verified them. We have through these 4 organizations, we have criteria how to check on them. And if you really want, you can use them or do your own research. But as you mentioned, please be careful.
Yes.
Because I feel responsible.
And if anyone else tells you, hey, we're collecting money on behalf of Savannah Supports Ukraine, that's not true, because we do not collect money for Savannah Supports Ukraine. We redirect to those reliable organizations that Uliana mentioned. So we don't want people to, because unfortunately, a lot of people are trying to take advantage. We've seen, I mean, everybody knows there are fake news out there, there are fake websites, and so please be careful and donate to reliable, federally approved, long-standing agencies. And yeah.
Well, I did want to ask you about
that. Mention,
go ahead.
I just wanted to say, you know, how besides money and humanitarian aid, not everyone can do that, but people come to me saying, you know, I know someone that can help. I can bring a local business in that might be interested in helping. They can print the flyers for you. One lady came and she made cookies for us for one of the rallies, or she brings water for every time we gather packing humanitarian aid. Such a small touching things, but they all help. Or, you know, I found out first days of war here in Tuller, next to the Mighty Air Force Museum, there's still a big digital banner saying, "United we stand with Ukraine." Every time when I pass by, my heart squeezes, and I'm so thankful. So it's a Lamar advertising company, did it on their own, without even announcing that. So however you can, everyone trying to find a way to help, and it's helping, even to come to our gathering and give us a hug, even to join our group and comment something nicely, or like it, or share to someone else. It all helps us.
Well, and Glenda Jones says, and it's true, if you're donating to the Red Cross, say what the donation is for. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, they'll send it anywhere. You need to say it is for Ukrainian support, for Ukraine support, because if not, like she says, it'll just go to their general funds and things. So
that's a good point. Thank you for pointing
that out. Ruth Ann had asked, and I know y'all have had one about a prayer vigil for Ukraine. I know there was already been one. Are there any additional ones planned?
We will be planning one for the beginning of the next month. And again, if you join our group, I always keep in touch with any single thing that's going on and try to post it very rapidly. On top of that, we are working to launch our website where you find, besides social media, all the updated information. So just stay in touch. We are working every single day to create new events, to bring up together community.
Let me ask you this question, because you're mainly the leader organizer. You're doing a lot for this specific effort. Is there anyone who can help you directly with this work? Is there anyone who can help with the website management, or what help do you think you might need? And maybe we can, you know, share this somehow with people.
Sounds good. I will create this request. People in our group, we have already a couple of leaders that are we have a director of the outreach program, or we had a lady that was responsible for the parade during St. Patrick's Day, and she did an amazing job. We try to redirect small programs and small projects to everyone who would like to lead them, and I just get them all together and help them from my side.
So let me ask both of you, and this is part of Vera's work, but there's a difference between practicing something and living something. And so I can only imagine, what's the time difference between Savannah and the Ukraine?
It's like 7 hours.
7 hours, yeah.
7 hours in front of us?
In front of us, yes. So they are sleeping right now,
Okay.
hopefully.
Right. Well, right. So, but I can only imagine the stress has been on you all. Because you're carrying this, like you said, you're not able to sleep because you're so worried about what happens every day. Every time the news comes on, you're terrified. Every time your phone rings, you're terrified. I guess my question is, how do you take care of you? It's certainly one thing, Vera, to teach people how to do this.
Okay. Yes.
But on the other end of it, for both of you, this is real life for you.
Yeah. And I can speak a little bit. Thank you, Mayor Johnson, for that question. Definitely feeling the effects of stress in my body, in my health. Actually, I'm having nightmares, which hadn't happened before. I had nightmares of war. Wow. And literally nightmares that I was pushing away the enemies. So that probably told me that I was just into the news too much and affected. And for me, what has been therapeutic, being part of the sessions and teaching Ukrainians the resiliency skills, and sometimes these are the most basic skills. If you, let's say, watching this and you find yourself, maybe you're watching the news about Ukraine or anything else in the world, or you're stressing out, sometimes those basic skills of attention regulation, what you pay attention to grows. If you pay attention to something unpleasant, it's going to magnify. If you pay attention to pleasant, it's going to magnify. So maybe find in your environment, maybe an object, it could be a flower, it could be a lamp that you like to look at, or a picture, and actually spend some time really savoring that object, looking at it, being in the present moment. The next time you're drinking coffee or tea, really notice the warmth of the cup, the smell of the tea or coffee. Be there with that, savor that sensation, right? Also, sometimes when you're really, we call it, you're out of your resiliency zone, you're out of your okay zone, sometimes you really just take a glass of water and just drink it. I notice it sometimes when I watch something or see something and I feel distressed, I step away and I drink a big glass of water. So it actually helps your body to soothe and just kind of feel a little bit better. And also, we are so fortunate to have this beautiful weather in Savannah. Go outside and actually gaze at the sky, really gaze at the sky, absorb the color, and also notice your feet on the ground. Really those practices of grounding yourself, noticing the gravity, sometimes even putting your hand into the wall and making push-up into the wall. And I like to imagine like I'm pushing away the stress. Do that. You will feel the own strength in your body. I did not come up with these practices. These are basic skills you can teach yourself and your kids. Another practice, if you feel stressed, count backwards from 20 to 1. Just do it. Just count backwards. Or just maybe notice the colors around and count maybe 6 colors around. These are practices that use your eyes, use your hearing, maybe listen to sounds that are pleasant, birds singing or music or melody or voices. I like to hear to my dog making funny noises. Right? So the more we use our attention to notice what is happening in the present, we're getting so much from our head and from this melodrama from the head into here and now. And in that way, we can help down-regulate the nervous system and soothe ourselves. Not to mention to spend time with your friends, loved ones, give people compliments, give yourself compliments, and tell yourself, I'm doing best I can. Use that helpful language. So,
well, ladies, you're doing more than the best you can. You all are doing amazing. And so for Savannahans who say that what's happening in Ukraine does not affect you, it does, because we have 2 of our neighbors, our friends, our sisters, 2 of our Savannahans that are Ukrainian. And so what affects them affects us. And so we are connected to the Ukraine through them and through, the 50 some odd families in our community that are of Ukrainian descent. And so therefore, we have a responsibility, I believe, to be able to find ways to be able to help. We thank Chris, because Chris Corinthian has put up a list compiled by CNBC of the top rated charities to help Ukraine relief. Remember what they just said. They're not collecting money. They're not collecting money. So if anybody comes about asking about Savannah supports Ukraine, they're lying. Call the police. But on the other end of it, there are some materials, again, I will help push that out through the city's sources, and we'll create some locations strategically to make it easier for people to drop off things. We want to make sure that next time the next ship goes out, that we have stuff on that, and hopefully every ship after that. And again, it could be just a few things. Everybody does a few things, then we have a box full of stuff, and then hopefully we have a whole boat full of stuff, and that's how you help people.
We just had a great meeting, real quick, a note with Miss Mindy Shea Fitzgerald, I believe that's her name, and she works for the Savannah International Alliance. And we were discussing very interesting. I believe she mentioned, or maybe Juliana mentioned, that the city of Beaufort created a sister city in Ukraine. So on the city website, they had a way for people to link to the Ukrainian town. So I don't know, maybe we could find a Ukrainian city that Savannah would like to be sister city or something like that. I'm just putting it out there because it may be a good way for people to feel more connected and directly help.
We'll put it out there, and let's see how we can make that happen. But I just wanted to, and Laura has told us that it's currently 4:29 a.m. in the Ukraine. So that's the current time. So
thank you.
Laura is real smart like that, so she just looks up.
Thanks, Laura.
We thank her for being able to doing that. And Sharon is asking, what ages do you all need for clothes?
What age? It's pretty much any age, because all people of Ukraine represent any age. So at this point, we didn't accept clothes because we didn't have a space. But if we increase our storage space and our shipping possibilities, we would be happy to take that too. So I'll let you know through our group channel where we are at. Or, I wanted to mention actually what gives me relief with all the stress. It's this community involvement. When I come there by myself, all stressed, and 10 people approach me, tell their stories, and pinch in and help with little things, and I come back home, I'm so inspired by all the help that has been done. And I wanted also to say that the United States government has done a lot so far, and Ukrainians truly appreciated it. And here we are, we help people from Savannah write letters to senators, to congressmen, to show support to Ukraine and to ask for more if they would like to. If we all send them letters that they feel also empowered to do more, those things that don't involve money.
Can I piggyback on that? Because I feel the same way, Eliana. I feel so supported by colleagues and friends here in Savannah. Actually, Miss Joya Dinkins, hi to you, because I know you're here. And Miss Joya, we are colleagues. She works at Gateway Community Service Board, and she sent me this wonderful resource in English and Ukrainian on behavioral health and resiliency. So yes, thank you all for your warmth and support every day.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty awesome. I mean, we're really all in this together. We're all in this together, and it goes back again. If you can't do anything else, certainly prayers definitely work. And again, we have learned, if you don't know your history, history repeats itself. And we know what happened many years ago, but then not that long ago, when Hitler started to move. And so you said, you have to stop tyrants and tyranny. You have to stop people like President Putin in their tracks, because today's Ukraine, tomorrow is somewhere else. And I've already said Ukraine is the second largest country in Europe next to Russia, right?
Mhm.
So if you take over Ukraine, then smaller countries become easier.
Mhm.
And so, we can do what we can do to help. And I'm very happy that we do have two United States senators in the persons of Senator Raphael Warnock and Senator John Ossoff, who both expressed overwhelming support for Ukraine. And I know that makes you feel very good as well.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
so we got your back. We're here with you. And again, we've been inspired by your strength. We've been inspired by your courage. And we are inspired that even here, that you're not giving up. You're still finding ways to be able to help. And so you're soldiers as well. It's just you're not carrying guns. You're just doing other things.
And
And
it's
helping to
important.
rally troops. That's right. Oh, it's all important.
Mhm.
It's
And
all-
guess what? We are also women. Did you notice?
No.
I'm just gonna put it out there. Women are amazing.
Well, you know what? I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like a woman. God blessed us when He made women. And again, and in the year of the woman, I mean, here you are. I mean, I don't want to be against either one of you on the battlefield. I mean, I know Vera is really nice, but then like it's just like, hold on, wait a minute. But we'll be having you back periodically, and you let us know how it's going, and let us know how we could be of help. And again, I need that flag behind you. I need that flag. So we want to hang it up and
I'll
see.
deliver it.
That's right.
I'll be happy to. Can I say something in Ukrainian?
Well, how am I going? Well, all right, you say it in Ukrainian, and then Vera is going to translate it. Okay, so
Okay.
because I don't want to sound stupid, like, oh, shaking my head, I don't know what you're talking about.
I will say Slava Ukraini, Героям слава.
Glory to Ukraine, glory to its heroes.
Ah,
This is how we start a conversation with a friend, and this is how we finish a conversation.
really?
Yes, this is a parole to get in and to get out.
So say it again.
Slava Ukraini.
Slava.
Slava Ukraini. Glory to Ukraine. Героям слава. Glory to the heroes. Slava Ukraini.
All right, y'all let me in if I just say it in English.
You
Yeah.
can-
Okay. Because I mean, I don't want to mess it up, and y'all be laughing at me and stuff. That wouldn't be cool. But y'all have certainly been resilience in action. And again, this is serious, but again, your strength and your folks in Ukraine would be so proud of the work that you all are doing here, and how you're keeping our awareness up about what's really happening. Let me ask y'all this one other thing. So we see the news all day long. We see the news every time you turn on something about Ukraine. Is there something that you would want to tell us that we don't see on the news?
I can. So because I'm having this privilege of reading news in Russian and news in Ukrainian and news in English.
You speak Russian. You speak Russian as well?
We both do. Mm-hmm. And
Wow.
yes, and it's very interesting how people get such a different quality information in Russia. The news are completely fake, completely different, and people in Russia truly believe that the Russian troops are in Ukraine saving Ukrainian people from internal protests. That's the story. So it's horrible. And actually my family has some relatives who are Russians, and those relatives don't believe my grandma that when she says they're here to kill us and have war on us. And that's the story that I hear over and over and over again, that brothers and cousins who live in Russia and their relatives from Ukraine call them and say, what's going on? We have your army killing people here. And they're like, we don't believe you, you're lying. This is fake news. So this is just so important to make sure to check your facts. The narratives, it's amazing. It's I don't know, brainwash people, you know, they really make really poor decisions. So that's really what kind of a little bit what I wanted to say. Any good news, Uliana, that you read in Ukrainian that you wanted to share?
Good news. I just wanted to join with that I also have family in Russia, and this is the same thing. They call us and they ask if you guys would like to come here and how is it going, and somehow they don't realize, they think that it's a edited footage in Photoshop and it's all fake and it's a setup.
And President Putin is, I think they disabled like the internet and all those things as well, right? So people can't independently find news like we do here.
Mm-hmm. But I'll say one more thing. We used to have here a Russian-speaking community, and they banned and forbade all the posts about stop war in Ukraine in their group. It's Russians here, even them think that way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I left the group because of that reason, and I created Savannah Supports Ukraine because I felt restricted there. Speechless, really.
Yeah.
Wow.
And again, we're not saying somebody is bad, it's just that's what bad information does to people. Bad information makes people unaware of the facts and the truth. And actually, that's why it's important to have these conversations on live, where people know you, Maria Van Johnson, you know us, we are in this community, and this is how we build trust. And you know what? The social media and the posts and the news, that affects a lot, but I still believe in that connection. How do you say, like mouth, like person to person, word of mouth. Yeah. So community, this is where all it starts and ends, in community.
Right.
You know?
I'm amazed that both of y'all speak Russian and Ukrainian.
And Polish.
And Polish.
Y'all speak all three?
Yeah. we met and like, oh, we both speak Polish too.
But y'all just make it seem like it's like, look, I can hardly speak. I flunked Spanish a couple of times. Y'all like, oh, we just speak Russian and Polish, and I mean, you just make it seem so casual. Were you taught that growing up simultaneously, or did you learn it?
I learned English later, and Ukrainian and Russian were both used in my upbringing. Uliana, your baby speaks like 5 languages, right?
Yes, since childhood, I speak to my child only in Russian or Ukrainian, read to her Polish books. My husband is originally from Mexico. He only speaks Spanish to my daughter.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then between each other, we speak English, and at the playground, she hears kids. So now she freely speaks 3, 4.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
And when she comes to my husband, she says something in Spanish. And if he asks her to come to me and say, let's say, give me water, she comes to me without us telling anything. And she immediately talks to me in Russian or Ukrainian. She knows I don't understand anything else.
Well, you need to teach your husband Russian and Ukrainian.
He's working on it.
I thought it was really interesting when Uliana explained to me, because I was thinking, about how does a baby understand all these languages, and she said, well, to a baby, didn't you say that it's like a synonym? We may say to a baby, pretty or cute or nice, and to a baby, all of these words mean a concept, right? So it's the same thing. I say to the baby, there's different words, they sound different, but they essentially mean beautiful, and it may be just in different languages.
Wow. I want to just thank you all again. People are here, we're all watching, and now we know of ways that we can help and can be of help. And so we're looking forward to be of help. So I'll be expecting my flag on Monday. and then soon after about our boxes, and we'll figure out where we could put them, and we'll get the word out. And if you have information about things and ways we can help, let us know and we'll push that out. I have put the Ukrainian group, Savannahans,
Savannah supports Ukraine.
right, Savannah supports Ukraine. I put that in our chat, so she'll get around and let you in. But we want to be of support. And then always, again, you could be you can certainly pray and think good thoughts for the Ukrainian people. Imagine if it was us. Just imagine that we go to bed at night, and although sometimes we hear things we don't want to hear, we're not worried about our houses being bombed. We're not worried about that. But there are people in the world who do, and that's not right. Not right. And until everybody gets to go to sleep with the certainty that they are safe, then none of us should be satisfied that we're able to do that. So thank you all so much. Thank you for what you do. And this won't be the last time you're hanging out with us on Friday night.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson. Thank you for all your peacemaking efforts in our community and helping people to be more well and happy. That's important.
I'm trying my best. And to our entire Friday night crowd, thank you all so much. This was week number this is week number, I think what number week this was. Oh, wait a minute. Cuteness alert.
Hi, Bianca. Hi, Bianca.
We're just here to say hello in Ukrainian. But
she's gonna do it.
Thank you very much.
She didn't say it.
Bianca. She was running here wanting to say it and then got shy. She actually just yesterday, she sang a full Ukrainian anthem, national Ukrainian anthem in Ukrainian. So
really?
Hopefully our next session, she will open the session with Ukrainian anthem. In Ukraine.
And actually, I met someone the other day who they said that they're a bunch of older ladies, and they said they've been practicing the Ukrainian national anthem. And so I told them when they got it finished, I was going to bring them to city council and I was going to let them do it. The oldest lady in the group is 100 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And they said they've been practicing it and they almost have it finished. They said, we're working on it. So I said, well, when you got it all worked out, you let me know. And so we'll make sure that you all know about it. But I want you to know that Savannah stands with Ukraine, and we're so glad that you're Savannahans, and we're so glad that you're Ukrainians.
And I want to say thank you from all the Ukrainians within Ukraine right now and all the refugees. They feel your support and they're so thankful.
You keep the fight up here as they fight over there. We'll keep fighting here in Savannah for Ukraine.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And everybody else, God bless you all. Again, this is week number 108 straight weeks, Friday Night Live. You've been with us. We will see you next week for week number 109. Have a happy Easter, have a happy Passover, and have a good night. Thank you all so much.
Bye-bye.
Good night.